Well guys, it is about 5 o'clock in the afternoon right now, and my sister Neline is feeding the calves this evening, so we're gonna follow her around, kind of bug her, see how she feeds the calves. This is pasteurized milk, right?
Yes.
Came straight from the parlor this morning. It was pasteurized, kept cool for the entire day, and it automatically reheated for 5 p.m. this afternoon so that she can come here and feed it.
You're making me nervous.
Making you nervous? That's good.
I touched the wrong buttons right away.
So you're filling the milk taxi?
Yeah. And
So,
while I fill the milk taxi, I usually get a couple of other things ready, like I'll put bottles here.
how many calves you got a bottle feed?
3. I think that's pretty obvious.
Oh yeah, good point, good point.
The younger ones usually get these bottles with the handles on there because they need help. They can't really figure out where to get it for themselves. And then these ones are skinnier with no handle, and we put those on bottle holders. Those are older calves. They can usually figure it out pretty easy for themselves.
Okay, that makes sense. So the milk being pumped from the pasteurizer into the milk taxi here, it's getting pumped from a motor that's on the pasteurizer. And this milk taxi holds 210 liters of milk?
Yeah.
A little bit more probably, but it's not on the gauge there. It's got an agitator, so that thing is gonna stir it up and keep it agitated. Same as our bulk tank, the main bulk tank on the farm, it also agitates the milk just to keep it from separating. Make sure it's consistent milk. If milk sits still for too long, it'll start to separate. You'll get more high fat content at the top, and lower milk will be less fat content. Everything is also stainless steel, so the pasteurizer, milk taxi, otherwise it would just rust right out, even if it was galvanized steel. Before I started filming, she unplugged it already, and the charger is just on the wall there, plugs in right here. And to put this thing in wash mode, you actually need to have it plugged in and docked kind of there, because it uses so much power with that electric motor and everything to wash it that it couldn't support that with just the battery on the milk taxi. It doesn't matter because you're not messing around with it anyway when it's in wash mode. You feed Clorox to the calves?
No, I just make this, like, it's basically a little disinfectant pitcher so that when I'm done feeding the calves, I can throw these in there right away and it just cleans it. It's less cleaning to do after.
Sweet.
And if I'm teaching a baby to drink from the pail, I use my fingers to sort of let them suck on it and then lead them into the pail. So this is also a good way to disinfect my hands between calves if I'm teaching them to drink from the pail.
Yeah, because we don't want no cross-contamination between the animals. So a little pail of chlorine and water to sanitize stuff works pretty good.
It's done.
It's a good amount of milk in there.
Yeah. And I need more than this too, because we've got some other calves that aren't ready to be weaned yet, so we fill these 2 buckets and give them a bit extra.
I get the feeling I'm gonna end up being the one carrying these buckets tonight.
Would be helpful, yeah.
You should just get lids for these pails and then put them on top of the milk taxi. Put them right here.
I already put the bottles on the milk taxi there.
Oh, that's right, yeah. So you just shoot that into the drain there to get the wash water out of that hose.
Exactly.
Each bottle gets 2 liters, I guess.
Yep.
You can see that on the display here. To be like Fritz.
How?
Just sit on my shoulder?
Oh no, that's not the cat to do that with.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about, I was trying to train this cat to like sit on my shoulders, like she has a cat that does that. But then he went and sat on my shoulder, like on the one side, and then he like stood with both feet on both sides of my head, and then he scratched my head. So yeah, it didn't work so good. He was a bad boy.
Yeah, he sticks his claws out every time you want to cuddle with him.
Yeah. And this is pretty cool. It's a ball, and then it's got a bunch of holes in there. So it's basically gonna press water at high pressure through this valve here, and that's gonna spray everywhere and gonna rinse everything in this pasteurizer. That's basically the wash mode. So do not open this lid when it's in wash mode.
Or lean against it, apparently. It likes to leak out the sides sometimes. So one time I was standing there on my phone and I was just relaxing. I was like, oh.
You do that pretty often? You just stand on your phone while you're supposed to be working?
No, it was after Mom went to feed. So I was just here by myself. But I was standing there. I was like, oh, that's nice and warm. And then I look and my whole jacket was completely wet. So.
Yeah, you're on your phone way too much. That's it.
So you're gonna make me look bad, dude. I'm not on my phone as much as you think I am.
All right, so now the thing's full, pasteurized and wash mode. We're gonna head over to the first calf room. So the calf kitchen is just right off of the straw packs there and the parlor. This milk taxi is pretty sweet. You just control it, push that, and it goes forward. I just spilled some milk. Don't tell Neline.
That's what I was gonna do.
Nice. That's going on YouTube, you know.
I don't care.
So these are the youngest calves. You spilt milk. Okay, explain how this thing works.
I press a button.
Okay, so you press a button and it meters out exactly the same amount of milk every time.
Yeah.
So she has it set to 2 liters here. And you can just adjust it, I guess. There's F2, F3. So these are just presets. Okay, well, I guess the most they feed per one feeding is 3.5 liters. So that's pretty good.
There you go.
So this calf's a couple days old. It's got figured out that it can just suck on the bracket here to hold the bottle. Those bottle holders really come in handy when we've had like 10 calves in the last 2 days or something, and you have so many on the bottle. Those holders come in real handy. So she's just kind of trying to teach this one, kind of get them to suck on your hand, and then they'll follow it up to the bottle. You can just lead them, they're right there.
Come on.
So he lost it. He's looking. Hey, come here. Come here. Bring him back over to it. Eventually they'll figure it out, but they just need quite a bit of help. They're sometimes slow learners. Does that milk not taste good or something? I ain't never seen no calf that didn't like milk. Are you crazy? It's right here. This calf's not working. It's broken, it doesn't want to drink. So this one was born today?
Yes.
So there's no way it's gonna figure out that it can drink from that bottle holder, so you just gotta feed it by hand for how long usually?
Like 2 or 3 days maybe.
Okay.
But sometimes we'll put them straight from this bottle to the pail if they're really eager, so.
Okay.
Just depends on the calf.
So there's 6 calves in this calf room. It's a quarter full, there's 24 pens in here. And these 6 calves will take maybe as long as the 1 calf room once they all know how to drink out of the pail. The youngest calves always take the longest. They always need the most extra amount of work, the most help to drink. You gotta spend more time with them. Make sure they drink their milk, because if they don't drink their milk, they're not gonna grow and they're not gonna be healthy. So once all the calves are trained and they're drinking out of the pails, you can get through one of these calf rooms pretty quickly, I'm sure. Like, how long would it take to feed a trained calf room?
Probably about 5 to 10 minutes, but you need to be watching the calves pretty closely too. So I'd say closer to 10 minutes, I think.
Okay, so you gotta keep an eye on the calves. You gotta make sure they're healthy. If anyone's sick, you gotta notice that so you can help them out, give them some medicine or whatever needs to be done. So you can see this guy needs a lot of extra attention. He just can't drink from the bottle. So the youngest calves are in that calf room right there, second youngest, third oldest, and then the oldest. So she always starts in the youngest room right there and then goes from older to older to older. Now this room's gonna go a lot quicker. How many liters are these calves getting?
All 24 of these guys get 2.5 liters.
Okay, sweet. So one thing that we've recently started doing again, the baby heifers, is giving them big tags in their ears. A long time ago, we did start putting big tags in the ears, but they were losing their tags quite a bit, and it does just look better, the big tags, once the animal gets older. Now it looks a little bit, unproportionate, massive tag on a little calf, but they're gonna grow up to be big girls, and it's gonna look a lot better once they get to that bigger size. Tags look massive on these little calves. Yeah, he kind of looks crazy, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, let's see if he does it.
He wants his milk. He just puts his head all the way down.
I guess he figured it out how to drink normally then, but he used to squirt it out both of his nostrils.
There was this viral video going around social media a long time ago of this calf. I think they called him Chuggy. And this calf, they would put a full bucket of milk in front of him and he would just dunk his whole head in there. So you can kind of hear that the milk tax is running out of milk. Just spitting the last little bit out. You see there's air in the line. So you're just rinsing out your disinfectant pail there for cup.
Yeah, I don't need it anymore, so. He left and dropped the pails.
Are those pails heavy?
No, they're not too bad.
It's a farmer's walk right there. You want me to open that door?
Yes, please.
20 bucks.
Well, then I can open it with my knee for free.
So we got more calves in this room here. They're group pens. And they weren't quite weaned off of milk when we took them out of those individual calf pens. So they still got a bit of milk in here, the two youngest groups. And that's why she brings the 2 pails along also.
No, it's not for you. No.
Look at these cats, are trying to drink it. So they'll chug an entire pail down in about 7 seconds or so. They're pretty good drinkers at this age. Yeah, so we just had so many calves in the last like month or two. We had to move them through those rooms a bit quicker. And we would like to keep them separate while they're drinking milk, but we just didn't have that option. Too many calves were coming in, so this is what we've been doing. They seem to be doing fine like this though, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so what you'll see is calves sucking on each other's ear. And that's not good. So she just dumped a pail of calf starter here. It's oats, there's a pallet in there, and then there's also some crushed or rolled corn in there. And it's soaked in molasses, so it smells really good. The calves love this stuff. They smell it and they go and eat it right away. And then the calves in this group, they also get some grass hay. Some pretty nice looking green hay right here. And that's what they got. This group's not getting milk anymore. It's just the front 2 there. They got a water bowl in the back there, so they are done. So that calf starter comes in bulk bags.
That's for later.
You gonna bring that home for dinner or what?
No, I'm gonna bring it over to that other barn for these calves.
Oh. So the individual pens get the same calf starter. Hey, that's some next level stuff right there. The way you're moving that wheelbarrow forward, wow.
Well, then I don't have to stop using this thing and it's faster.
That's what innovation looks like. Okay, so the individual group pen barn and that other group pen barn. Why do I say individual group pen barn? Okay, so the individual pen barn and the one group pen barn over there are all done. Just got to do the bigger group pen barn now. This one's twice as big, holds twice as many calves as that other one. So she just put more calf starter. We feed a lot of this stuff. So we pack this bowl right full. There's a ton in there, more than they actually would ever want to eat, but we call this free choice, meaning there's always enough grain for the calves if they're hungry to go and eat. They're never out of it. And this is called free choice. They seem to grow really good and do really well on that, so that's how we do it. So this barn has got hay, calf starter, and these guys are done as well now, so all the calves are fed. So this thing's completed its wash cycle. It's nice and clean in there now. So this is a special spout. It's got a little nozzle at the end that spins around. We basically switch it around with the one that sprays the milk out into the buckets. And then this goes into this little hole here, like that. And then it'll spin around and wash the entire inside of this milk taxi. Well, thanks for taking us along feeding calves.
Yeah, no problem.
That's going to be it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. Check out the Instagram at SaskDutchKid, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Thanks, dude.